Hi SLA, this is the last week of football activities. We're going to do a recap of a lot of things that we've gone over. So we're going to focus on a bit of passing today, we're going to focus on dribbling, and then we're going to have time for a skills school. But first, we have to do a warm-up, and it has to be a thorough warm-up. Make sure we're nice and warm and ready for our physical activity this afternoon. So if you follow the next slide now. Okay guys, a quick recap with passing in football. We need to make sure we are passing with the biggest surface area of our foot, which is in the inside. Okay, so if you're at home with me now, I want you to tap the inside of your foot just to make sure you know what part that is. So when we are aiming with the football, back here, we are connecting facing net. So I'm a right-footed player. So when I'm striking this ball, my toes is facing the swimming pool here at school. So when I pass, can you see my toe is pointing this way and my heel is facing directly towards you now. That means my foot is open and flat like so, okay? So that's what I want you to make sure of first when we're practicing our passing. So you can practice against a wall now if you want, or against something else, that's absolutely fine, as long as your parents approve of it, of course. So just practice that motion of swinging with the foot, almost like it's a golf club, okay? Making an action through, okay? It's exactly the same. Then once you've done that and you feel more confident, I want you to then make sure you're planted foot. So because I'm right-footed, my left foot has to go somewhere. My left foot is a very, very important tool for me. It helps me improve my accuracy of my passes. I am going to point my left toe in the direction I want to pass. So if I'm passing directly straight ahead of me now, I'm going to put my toe in a forward line facing my direction, okay? It is placed directly parallel to the football. So the middle of my left foot should be beside the football here. Of course, facing the direction. If I wanted to pass over here, my toe is also going to follow. So to help me do that as well, I'm going to use my left arm as a director. So I point almost like you're using a pistol to aim. Okay, so you can use a pistol and then you are following through with that motion. Okay, you're going to see it in a bigger format now. Behind me, there are 5 cones. This is your activity number 1. I want to see if you could strike every single cone away. You're going to get 5 attempts each, obviously with the idea of knocking cone over one by one. So I'm going to move my camera now so you can see me. So as you can see behind, these are the cones I'm going for. You can see my scary mustache that I'm growing for Movember at the moment. I want you to concentrate on my technique when striking these balls. Also guys, these 5 balls have set up, I've counted 10 steps away from the cones, okay? So if you have a wall, or if you have the luxury of a cones at home, or anything you can use for a target, make sure they're 10 steps away when striking this ball. If you haven't hit any of the cones after 10 goes, which I might not now, I'm gonna reduce it to 5 steps. Okay, let's have a look. Can you see me? Okay, miss, attempt 1. Strike. Okay, so Mr. Jack just scored 3 out of 5. It was okay. It could have been better for me, but I wanted you to concentrate on the technique of just flowing through. I didn't hit it particularly hard. I was just making sure it was nice and accurate. You can use your arm as a guider if you like as well, but I want you to give that a practice. I'm going to give that another attempt and see if I can beat my score now. One, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, I'm going to start this side this time, see if that makes any difference. Miss. Right. Okay. Only 2 out of 5 this time. So again, but I went for slightly more power that time, so that could have been an indicator of why it wasn't so accurate. So maybe take some power off next time. We're gonna do this one more time, but I'm gonna try with my weaker foot now. So I've had 2 attempts with my stronger foot. I'm gonna see if I can do exactly the same, but with my left foot. So let's see how it gets on. In. So I'm not expecting to score as high here, boys, but let's see how we get on anyway. Same technique. There's one. Go for this one. So I got the same. I got 2 out of 5. It wasn't fantastic technique. I could see it was not going particularly the way I wanted it to go. But this is why we practice, guys. We want to get better and better using our weaker foot. So this is a passing drill for this week. Again, make sure you are in a safe environment where your parents are approved. You have to ask them obviously first. Following that, I want to see your video sent back to me. I can review them and I'll give you a bit of feedback as well. All right, we are now going to move on to our dribbling section for today's activity session. For our dribbling section, all you're going to need is 5 cones or 5 objects which will represent the same as cones do. We are trying to use our agility to slalom in and out of these cones using the techniques we've used before. So we might do a combination of toe taps, we may do a combination of rollovers with the ball, and we may do a combination of inside outside foot using both left and right. Okay, so this is what I want to see. I'm going to give you an example here. So first activity, I want you to do toe taps through the cones. Okay, toe taps through the cones, that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to focus on dragging the ball, okay, right foot to left foot. So if you watch me from behind this time, drag, stop, drag, stop, drag, stop, drag. Okay, that's the second activity. The third, I want to see how fast you can go in and out of these cones now. So give yourself 5 steps away from your first cone. You go in and out. Okay. Every cone you knock over, you lose a point. If you go through all the way without knocking a cone over, you get 5 points. Every cone you knock over, -1 off. So I'll give you an example from this way. Okay, so that was my efforts there with the dribbling. As you can see, this is all you need to set up It's very, very simple this week, but again, send me your videos, I will review them, give you some feedback, and let's see if we've made any improvement. Okay guys, well done. Right guys, the last section we're going to do today is a skills school section. So this is your opportunity to show me all the skills you got. Unfortunately for me, I'm not a particularly skillful football player. I could do the basics, but where I play defence / midfield. So my job is to just get the ball and pass to people better than me. But I'm glad that people in this chat have a lot of skill because they've told me about it already. So this is your opportunity to show me. I'm going to give you a couple of examples now of skills you could try at home. Okay, so for example, you could just practice your step overs over the ball. That could be skill 1, it's up to you. A second skill could be keeping the ball up as many as you can. So keeping the ball close to your body, using both feet. You may form a trick in there like that. Unfortunately, we can experiment, flicking the ball up in many different ways, using our knees as much as possible, using our shoulders, our head, or we could try and stop the ball on our foot. Like this, okay? You could perform an around the world. Okay, that's an example of around the world. You can keep the ball in between your legs, do a couple of flicks, that's up to you. We could do a rainbow flick. Flicking the ball up like so. Guys, it's completely down to you what you do for your skills school. I'm really excited to see if you can come up with something I've forgotten, okay? Right, it's a bye from me here at school. We are all missing you. We have only a few days left now before our winter term, okay? So make sure you're trying your best in all your subjects, and I look forward to seeing you all whenever that may be. Thank you very much, guys.